Welcome to another episode of A Breath of Fresh Jacob, where I forgot to do my usual spin in, and I'm too lazy to retake it. Today's question comes from Airbender56 and asks, what it takes to be a completionist and why everyone doesn't 100% their games. That wasn't a question. We'll make it work. What it takes to be a completionist and why everyone doesn't 100% their games. Well, first of all, some of us have lives, okay? And we don't have time to 100% everything. Sorry. I have no life. I think it depends on the game. I know that's a weird way to start, but I think whether or not you complete a game or whether you want to complete a game in the first place depends on the game. I mean, my God, look at MMOs. Imagine trying to get every achievement in Final Fantasy XIV, or trying to get every skill to 120 in RuneScape, or doing whatever it is you do in Guild Wars 2. MMOs are insane. They have so much content that it would just be absolutely ridiculous to 100% something like that. You're talking about thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours. And why sink that much time into one game when you can play other games, or go outside, or, I don't know, take a fucking nap? Which, thinking of Final Fantasy XIV, looking at side quests, because that's a thing that a lot of games have. Not just MMOs, but a lot of JRPGs. It's not exclusive to JRPGs. I mean, a lot of games have them. Hell, even fighting games have them. But side quests. And whether or not these side quests are good, that is so ridiculously important. If you have a padded side quest, no one's gonna want to do it. If you do a side quest that takes you 45 minutes and you get practically no reward, then it wasn't really worth your time. You might hope that, well, maybe I'll meet a cool character, but what if you don't? What if it's literally walk here, talk to this person, walk here, talk to this person, walk here, talk to this person, and then go back to the first person and talk to them, and it's completely meaningless? I'll give you an example of that. In Final Fantasy XIV, there's this series of quests. They're not even side quests. They should be, but there's not even side quests, and you have to, like, do a bunch of stuff with wine and fruit and shit, and it's really dumb. And anybody that's played Final Fantasy XIV, you know what I'm talking about. It's awful. A quest where there is practically no reward, whether it be tangible or intangible. It feels like shit. It feels like you wasted your time, and that makes you not want to do the other side quests in that game. So that might be a reason that you don't want to complete that game, or 100% that game. Not every game has good side quests, but not every game has side quests. I mean, not every RPG has side quests. Some RPGs are incredibly linear, which is a whole conversation for another day. I used to be a completionist whore. I would buy bargain bin Xbox 360 games just to play them, just to get achievement points, to bolster my achievement score. I was one of those people because I loved going out of my way and doing this thing, and that little ding that popped up on the screen. It started off on how many points can I get, but it evolved to how many games can I get every achievement on. Now, I've since stopped doing that because it takes a lot of time, and sometimes achievements are buggy and blah, blah, blah. Again, another conversation for another day. That was my first thought, was achievements. So you go and you play a game, you get every achievement. Like, I've gotten every achievement on Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, all the Call of Duties before Ghosts, Bully. I have every achievement in over like 100 games. Halo 1 Anniversary Edition, that was hard. Beating the library in under 30 minutes without dying. On Legendary, oh my God. There's actually 2 achievements, I just wanted to do them at the same time because I suck. Anyway, it's not the point. Point is, achievements are really cool. Most of the time. Because there's a reason I brought this up. What it takes to be a completionist is why everyone doesn't 100% their games. Let me tell you why people don't 100% games. Because of stupid fucking achievements like there are in Gears of War or Gears of War 2. I don't remember which Gears of War game it is. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Somebody can fucking look it up and put it up right there. But there's an achievement where you have to win like 1,998 matches online or some bullshit like that. Something that's going to take you like a bazillion hours. Oh my God. You could get every other achievement in that game, but there's that one that just hard stops you. And knowing that there's that one obstacle that's just ridiculously hard to overcome, it makes you not want to do the rest of the stuff. Imagine if there's like a super boss in an RPG. Well, I like that one in Final Fantasy 12 that takes like 90 minutes to beat. Who wants to sit there for 90 minutes and fight the same fucking boss where if you fuck up, you die and you gotta start all the way over? That sucks. So somebody wouldn't want to fight that boss. They could do everything else in the game, but they don't want to fight that boss. Now they can't complete the game, and it makes them not want to do the other stuff. That's the danger of achievements, stuff like that. And it's what I thought of when you asked your question, so I thought I'd mention it because that's what we do here. We talk about shit. Cool. Now, there's also the flip side of that. What about side quests that are worth it? The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, right? So that game has heart pieces, right? So you do a little side quest of some sort, and you get a piece of heart. That's cool. And if you get enough of those, you get a permanent health upgrade, which makes the game easier. You can take more hits. You can make more mistakes before you die. That's a good reward. That makes that side quest worth it, as long as it's, not some ridiculous side quest. Or like the trading sequence. It's kind of a long quest, but you get a sword that is stronger than your good sword, you know? And that deals more damage to most enemies in the game. Not all of them, as I found out in one of my more recent Ocarina of Time randos. Apparently, there's a couple enemies where the Master Sword actually does more damage than the Big Goron Sword. Who fucking knew? Everybody in chat did, but I didn't, and I looked like a fucking idiot, so thanks for that. Really appreciate it. Anyway, heart pieces. I got distracted. But look at the other side quest that game has. Gold Skulltulas, right? So there's 100 of those. That's a lot. And they're spread out throughout the entire game. Some in hidden places in the ground, on grottos that you have to, like, find. There's no indication that there's anything there at all unless you buy Nintendo Power Magazine. There's some in pretty much every dungeon in the game. Some of them you need things that you don't have currently, you gotta come back for. Like in the Deku Tree, there's a Skulltula in there that you need bombs and the boomerang to get access to. So sometimes you gotta, like, backtrack to get the things. When you get 10 of them, you get a useless fucking item. When you get 20 of them, I actually don't remember what you get. That's how unmemorable it is. Unless you're doing a rando, in which case it has its uses. But anyway, all the rewards you get pretty much stop at 50. And then the last 50 you get, and then you just get unlimited money. Although it's an inconvenient unlimited money, it's unlimited money. My point is that the Skulltula rewards aren't really worth the time and effort that it takes to get them. So why in the fuck would you go out of your way to get all 100 of them? Spoiler alert, you wouldn't. But the heart pieces, most of them aren't that bad. Some of them are just sitting on a tower somewhere, and you just climb up there and get it. That's not hard to do. Some of them, you see a big hole in the ground, you jump down there, and then there's a Deku Scrub, and he's like, hey, yo, what's up, fam? You want to buy this for 10 rupees? And you're like, oh, this seems pretty sketchy, but I mean, I could use some help. He's like, cool, fam, I got you. And then, see, it was easy, wasn't it? Right? And sometimes you gotta go fishing for stupid fucking fish in the lake, and then you gotta get the lure that drops down there, or you can just get good at the game like I do. Yeah, that's right, I'm good at fishing in Ocarina of Time. What up? Majora's Mask has some good side quests too. Yeah, actually, Majora's Mask does have some good side quests, right? The rewards you get for those are masks that do drastically different things. You can get a mask that makes you move faster. You can get a mask that makes your face explode. Who doesn't want to blow up their fucking face? Am I right? You get a mask that allows you to march around to a cool little tune, which is awesome. You get a mask that makes you look like you're crying all the time, which, good news, I don't even need a mask for that. You get a mask that is somebody's face stapled on top of oh my god, let's put the right thing. You get a mask that literally holds your eyeballs open so you can't fall asleep. You know, now that I think about it, this game's kind of terrifying. Moving on, what it takes to be a completionist. So there's one thing I wanted to mention. Old people are better completionists. And when I say old people, I mean people that grew up with the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. You want to know why? Because a lot of us were kids when that stuff came out. I say us, but I was born in 93. My first console was a Nintendo 64, so I wouldn't know. I'm young. Games back then were designed in such a way, especially to be hard, because games were expensive. Games were very expensive. And when a lot of us were kids, we only got 1 or 2 games every once in a while. Like maybe on your birthday, you get 1 game, and maybe on Christmas, you get 1 game, and that was it. You got 2 games a year. You had to make those last. So you would play them a lot. And it made you good at completing games because you would sit there and you would really dig into the meat of every game you played. Because it's all you had. But now, I mean, hell, just look at Steam. Every Christmas, you go in there and buy 40 games for like $2. Like, the Steam sales are ridiculous. There are so many games now that it is hard to sit there and sink your teeth into a game super, super hard when there's just 50 million more waiting for you like it's nothing. We have too much variety that it makes us not want to sit down and fully explore a game before we move on to the next, or we risk never getting to the games we want to play. And any of you that have a backlog out there and you're just like, whew, I got like 50 games I want to play right now, you know what I mean. And it sucks, but it's also great. It's great to have that many games, it just sucks we don't have time to play. Anyway, I've been going on long enough about this. Really good question there, Airbender. I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say something witty. So instead, I'll just say thanks for watching. Share it with your friends, please. Really, it's like the best thing you can do for this stuff, because like word of mouth is like statistically like the best thing. Whatever else people do, put a thing there. Whatever it is you do that. And I'm proud of you. Okay? And just remember, jump, pogo, 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 bounce, pogo, 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 pogo.